Sometimes what makes you look tired, heavy, and older is not age, but a seemingly harmless blouse silently stealing your aura every day. You choose well-fitted trousers, elegant shoes, and fresh lipstick, yet the overall look still lacks sophistication and doesn't make you feel truly yourself. That feeling isn't imaginary. It comes from the smallest detail with the greatest power, the blouse you are wearing. After 50, fashion is no longer about following trends, but a journey back to confidence and the beauty that once made you radiant effortlessly. Ironically, the very blouses considered the foundation of elegance are the reason many women gradually lose their grace. Blouses with too many ruffles, clingy fabrics, oversized puff sleeves, or high collars that seem to hide flaws actually reveal more than you want. They make the body look heavy, give an old-fashioned impression, and especially make you no longer recognize yourself in the mirror. The saddest part is many women don't realize this. They wear blouses out of habit because they're cheap, or because of outdated compliments, only to feel like they are playing a role that isn't theirs every time they step outside. This video is not just about fashion. It is an invitation to return to yourself through every small choice. Stay until the end because I will share the blouses to avoid, and, more importantly, elegant, refined solutions that suit your current beauty. Let's begin. 7 types of blouses to avoid and suggested alternatives. Type 1. Ruffles, small floral prints, lace blouses. When sweetness becomes a burden. There was a time when ruffled blouses, small floral prints, and lace symbolized femininity. They evoke the image of a gentle, romantic, and poetic woman, that soft beauty everyone once loved. If you have chosen such blouses before, not to follow trends, but because they once made you feel truly yourself, then I understand. Truly understand. But time passes, and we have changed too. After 50, what once suited you may start to reflect differently. Tiny patterns that were once charming now make the overall look busy. Layers of ruffles that once seemed airy unintentionally make the chest and shoulders appear larger. Lace elements that once inspired a classic feel now can look outdated, even old-fashioned. The problem is not with these details themselves, but with excess too many flowers, too many ruffles, too many competing accents. As a result, instead of highlighting your inner beauty, the blouse distracts the eye, pulling attention away from your face, your eyes, or the calm aura built from years of living and experience. Worse, this style often clashes with everything you pair it with. Worn with simple trousers or skirts, it looks out of place. Add modern accessories, and they fight each other. If you match the entire outfit in a soft style from head to toe, you risk looking like a character from a fairy tale, cute, but not real. But I am not here to deny the past or advise you to abandon femininity. On the contrary, I want to revive a smarter, more refined way to express femininity, one that suits your current beauty. Try instead a blouse made of soft, draping fabrics like tencel, poplin, or silk blends. Choose a cut with gentle curves at the waist and sleeves that fall naturally like flutter sleeves or softly cuffed 3/4 sleeves. Instead of layered ruffles, choose small pleats or a subtle detail at the collar. And rather than tiny prints, favor solid colors or larger, elegant floral patterns, helping brighten your face and radiate your aura. Because after 50, femininity is no longer about looking pretty, but about radiating beauty from within. The right blouse without flashy flowers or patterns will help you do that quietly and irresistibly. Type 2. Excessively puffy sleeves. When impact becomes a barrier. Some fashion details may seem very attractive at first glance, full of personality, eye-catching, and making the wearer feel dressed up. Puffy sleeves are one of those. Shirts with puffed shoulders, wide flared sleeves, or balloon-shaped cuffs once gave an exciting feeling, like wearing a piece of art. They evoke memories of classic parties or experiments with youthful and free-spirited styles. However, after 50, the perception of the body and beauty begins to change. Sometimes these oversized sleeves become a barrier between you and the profound elegance that age has cultivated. For most women over 50, the body softens, becomes shorter, and shoulders lose their youthful sharpness. When sleeves are too puffy, they not only hide the shoulders but also create a heavy feeling, making the overall look unbalanced. The neck appears shorter, shoulders broader, and the upper body seems swallowed by a massive layer of fabric. Even if you wear well-fitted pants, polished shoes, and carry a refined handbag, everything can be completely overshadowed by the sleeves. Worse, puffy sleeves wrinkle easily, are hard to iron, difficult to wear under jackets, and in hot weather they trap heat. You may feel uncomfortable both physically and aesthetically. Then comes a very real disappointment. You look in the mirror, hoping for a sophisticated, neat image, but the strange puffiness makes you feel like you are in costume. It's an unspoken moment, but you sense it. This blouse no longer reflects who I am. So instead of chasing overwhelming puff sleeves, why not choose controlled softness? Try a blouse with moderately long sleeves, like 3/4 4-length, elbow length, or slightly pleated at the shoulder, then draping along the arm. Fabrics like cotton silk, rayon, or tencel hold shape, yet feel light. Subtle details like small cuffs, gentle gathers at the shoulder, or delicate buttons enhance femininity without being loud. And especially, these sleeve styles reveal the wrist, a part of the body that retains elegance despite age. After 50, simplification doesn't mean dullness. It signals mature aesthetic thinking. When you choose a blouse that knows restraint, steps back to honor you, not overpower you, that's when your style truly shines. And the right sleeves, though simple, become a gentle frame for the deep beauty within you. Type 3. Higher closed collars. When covering up doesn't bring safety. There comes a time when we start to notice changes in the neck. The skin is no longer smooth, the collarbones less defined, and signs of aging seem to first appear here. In moments of insecurity, the easiest choice is often a high, closed collar. It feels like a shield, hiding, protecting, and offering a sense of safety. But that very safety can cause our appearance to lose the lightness and elegance it once had. A high collar without cuts or openings may seem proper and elegant, but in reality, it makes the overall look heavy and closed off. The neck is framed tightly, light cannot reach the face, and the gaze from others is blocked by thick fabric with no escape. For women over 50 who most need visual lightness and support, this collar style unintentionally darkens the face, shortens the neck, and makes the shoulders lose their softness. The feeling of being wrapped up also affects the inner self. Even if you carefully choose accessories, subtle colors, or light makeup, the overly high collar still feels like it holds you back within a strict frame of yourself. Many who wear this style feel burdened, though it is just a layer of fabric. Therefore, a refined choice is not to hide completely, but to open up in a controlled way. Instead of a fully closed collar, try a blouse with a gentle V-neck, a keyhole neckline, or an open collar with buttons. These cuts don't have to be deep, just enough for light to touch the neck area, to give the gaze an anchor, and to let your face breathe. Fabric is also an important factor. A blouse made of tencel, thin cotton, or crepe silk with a soft drape and a delicately open collar brings softness while maintaining elegance. More importantly, this collar style highlights intelligence, awareness, and the gentle pride of an experienced woman, not needing to show off or hide, just being true to herself. After 50, we don't need to confine ourselves within layers of protection. We deserve to wear clothes that support our figure, but more importantly, support our spirit. A moderately open collar not only makes you look lighter, but also speaks the most important truth: you no longer need to hide behind anything. You are yourself, and that is more than enough. Type 4. Cheap, thin, wrinkle-prone fabrics. when the surface reveals what we don't want to say. There are blouses that look gentle hanging on a hanger, lightweight materials, affordable prices, elegant colors, but after just one wear, all expectations vanish. Not because of poor design or wrong size, but because the fabric betrays the sophistication you try to convey. Cheap, thin, and easily wrinkled fabrics are not just an aesthetic issue, they are tiny cracks quietly undermining the entire appearance. After 50, when the body softens, weakens, and becomes more sensitive, every layer of fabric touching the skin needs to support, not expose. A thin polyester blouse that lets light shine through the back. Revealing underwear, with wrinkles forming around the stomach or sleeves, after only a few hours of movement, all make the wearer look unkempt, despite careful effort. It makes us feel like we have lost control over our image. A beautiful day can turn awkward just because the blouse won't hold its shape, and that feeling that you're wearing something that doesn't respect you is more hurtful than any wrinkle. No one wants to face the world feeling temporary, even if only in their own reflection. So it's time to treat your skin, figure, and aura with priority. Choose fabrics that hold their form, respect the body's natural folds, and drape softly like a whisper of maturity. Materials like cotton poplin, tencel, crepe silk, or linen blends are soft yet refined choices. They don't have to be expensive, just carefully chosen and quietly classy. These fabrics not only look good, but also make you feel secure. They don't reveal, don't wrinkle quickly, and don't lose elegance. They accompany you all day from morning coffee to afternoon meetings without causing you to worry about adjusting every crease. Remember, a woman over 50 no longer needs to chase trends or show off, but intentional choices from color and fabric to tailoring send a message of inner strength, self-respect, and a grace honed over time. The blouse you choose isn't just a layer of fabric over your body. It's the confidence you wear. So don't let any material make you hold your head high, only to lower it in disappointment. You deserve more every day. Every blouse. Type 5, oversized, unstructured blouses. When roominess becomes a curtain. Hiding yourself after 50, the body no longer keeps the youthful contours. The waist softens, shoulders round, and arms lose firmness. So many choose oversized blouses as a safe zone. Loose, comfortable, not tight-fitting. It sounds reasonable, but there's a quiet truth that makes us feel unlike ourselves. One we can't quite name, that oversized blouse is blurring the image of the woman inside. An unstructured blouse does not shape you. It hides you. It erases the waistline, smooths out the shoulders, and conceals both gaze and posture. When you wear a baggy top, you are no longer the main character. You seem to hide behind a curtain of fabric and gradually forget how you used to shine. Worse, it affects your posture and aura. Wearing unstructured clothes, we tend to be sloppier, stand less upright, and walk more slowly. Not because the body is weak, but because the blouse speaks for us. I just want comfort, not beauty anymore. And we unconsciously believe it. But do you remember how it felt to wear a well-fitted blouse with gentle darts at the waist, carefully shaped shoulders, and sleeves hugging the wrists? The feeling of standing taller, smiling more naturally, and looking more confident because that blouse accompanied you, not hid with you. The solution is not to give up comfort, but to choose intentional comfort. Relaxed fit blouses with soft structure and refined design such as seams flowing gently along the body, softly curved hems at the hips, moderately open collars, and draping sleeves with small pleats create elegant comfort without sloppiness. You can also use a narrow belt to define the waist or simply tuck the front of the blouse in creating a gentle yet visually grounded effect. Fabric matters too. Cotton poplin, tencel, or crepe silk maintain graceful drape with enough shape so you don't disappear. Because after 50, fashion is no longer about hiding, but about illuminating yourself with all your experience, gentleness, and understated beauty. And the right blouse well-fitted, structured. Loving your body properly is the mirror reflecting that. No need to strain to be beautiful. Just don't lose yourself in an oversized shirt and forget that you've always been a woman worthy of being seen with pride. Type 6. Too many details. When cuteness becomes a burden of visual clutter. We once loved blouses with gentle lace on the sleeves, a small bow at the collar, delicate mother-of-pearl buttons, or tassels that swayed softly with each step. Those details reminded us of youth, of fluttering femininity, of a time when we were called adorable just because of a smile or a new floral blouse. But time passes, and not everything that once suited us remains the right choice today. After 50, a different beauty reigns, the beauty of restraint and quiet confidence. Unfortunately, blouses overloaded with elaborate decorations, lace, tied bows, long rows of buttons down the back. Even dangling tassels on the sleeves accidentally overshadow this. They pull the viewer's gaze away from your eyes and toward unnecessary details. You are no longer the center, the blouse takes the leading role. Worse, when too many accents appear together, they don't highlight you but compete with you. Your gentle face is covered by thick lace collars. Your graceful wrists are overwhelmed by tangled tassels. And the big bow on your chest makes you look like you're wearing a stage costume, while all you want is a touch of elegance for a tea date. Some details once considered youthful can backfire on a mature body, making you seem like you're clinging to the past rather than moving with the present. And you don't need that. You don't need extra embellishments to attract attention, because you, with your experienced gaze and calm demeanor, are already a rare beauty. The solution isn't to eliminate all accents, but to choose wisely one detail placed delicately on a minimalist design. Try a blouse with a softly draped collar and discreet matching buttons, or a design with slightly flared sleeves and soft pleats. Still expressive, still accented but thoughtfully, like a whisper, not a shout. When you choose to reduce one detail, you choose to honor yourself. And in the journey of renewing yourself after 50, the greatest achievement isn't chasing what's new or young, it's realizing you're most beautiful when nothing, not even unnecessary details, obscures you. Type 7. Sheer blouses without lining. When sensuality needs to be guided by elegance, there is a fine line between sensuality and exposure. Sometimes, a sheer blouse, seeming light and alluring, can disrupt the inherent elegance of an experienced woman, especially after 60, when we no longer seek curious glances, but rather understanding, respectful eyes. A sheer blouse without lining feels like a secret revealed at the wrong moment. The lightweight fabric passing through the light may expose not only the skin, but also the marks of time, things that deserve to be cherished in privacy. What's painful is that even if you wear subtle makeup, neat clothes, and refined shoes, that very fabric unintentionally steals the focus from your presence. Many women choose sheer blouses thinking they bring femininity. But femininity isn't about revealing everything. After 60, femininity is about knowing what to keep and what to artfully conceal. A simple, soft, well-fitting lining of the same color is the sign of that understanding. Sheer blouses without lining also lose their focal point. It's hard to wear standout necklaces or silk scarves because the gaze is always drawn to the exposed areas. It's difficult to pair with trousers or long skirts because the overall look wavers between seductive and awkward. The solution isn't to eliminate sheer fabrics, but to master them. A lightweight chiffon blouse with sheer sleeves but a thoughtfully lined body strikes the perfect balance between allure and dignity. A layer of soft lace or a multi-layer design with a sheer outer fabric over a smooth lining lets you shine without boasting. Because ultimately, beauty after 60 isn't about what you reveal, it's about what you choose to keep. It's the beauty of experience, of a woman who doesn't need to prove anything. For her calm, discreet, and refined presence is already a style statement. After 50, fashion is no longer a race to follow trends. It becomes a silent conversation between a woman and herself. What we wear is not simply fabric, it is an expression of maturity, of an inner self that has weathered many ups and downs, of gentle strength that does not surrender. And it is at this moment that fashion truly begins in its real meaning. You may have once chased perfection, eagerly seeking others' praise, but after years of living and loving, of being hurt and rising again, you suddenly realize true beauty doesn't need to be loudly displayed. It is quiet and full of pride. A simple yet refined blouse, shoes that are not high but fit well and feel secure. This is fashion for women who no longer need to prove anything. At this age, every item you choose is no longer to please outside eyes, but to nurture peace within. The right pair of glasses not only helping you see clearly, but showing you know who you are. A well-fitting necklace not to draw attention, but to remind you that you deserve to be cared for every day. Fashion mindset after 50 isn't about how many clothes are in your wardrobe, but about refinement. You don't need many. You only need what truly reflects who you are now, wiser, more understanding, and clear about what real value is. From here, you begin to care about materials, comfort, and above all, the ability to honor your natural shape rather than trying to hide your age. You no longer conceal, you choose to shine in truth. You no longer worry about wrinkles because you know nothing is more precious than the vitality in your eyes, your smile, and the way you walk with gentle confidence. Style is no longer something outside of you, it is the energy you carry, the unspoken message people feel when you enter a room. And you deserve that not for anyone else, but for yourself. Therefore, in the next part, we will dive into smart ways to style with glasses, a small accessory with the power to brighten your face and enhance the beauty of intellect and aura. Because sometimes, just one right choice is enough to make you feel more truly yourself than ever before. As we pass 50, everything in life becomes more selective, from words, relationships, to every item we wear. Fashion is no longer just an outer shell, but becomes part of the journey back to our true selves. A well-fitted blouse, the right frame of glasses, a color that suits your skin, all are acts of self-respect. No more forcing, no more trying to look younger or fit in. We choose what makes us feel comfortable, light-hearted, and still beautiful in a deep and graceful way. Each video on this channel is not just fashion advice. It is a gentle whisper. You don't need to change to be loved. You only need to return to yourself to fully love who you are. And if today you find resonance in these words and images, that is not just fashion, but connection, please hit like if you see yourself in these shares. Don't forget to subscribe to continue walking this journey with us, because the path to beauty doesn't end at 30. It truly begins when you learn to love yourself deeply, patiently, and gently. See you in the next video, where we will explore how to choose glasses suited to each face shape and skin tone, so every glance radiates confidence without any introduction needed.